Sup guys, Border here with Scripted Gaming and the Greataxe Club, and I'm happy to announce that our guild is now live on EU and is openly recruiting. For those who don't know, the Greataxe Club guild originated on West servers, but since I started a brand new character here on the European server, I figured why not make another guild, but except this time on EU. We'll be starting off on humble beginnings, as other members of the Greataxe Club, including myself, have a lot of fame farming to do with a fresh character, getting all our gear, all our fighter sets, all our builds, and then we'll be getting into group content. It's important to note that the guild will be labeled as semi-casual. With that being said, attendance is not mandatory for group content, however, grouping up with the rest of the guild is highly recommended. That way we have lots of people grouping up together and keeping activity in the guild active. It's also important to note that the guild will be based out of Bridgewatch, and I think you'll get the best experience possible if you are able to faction flag with us in the city of Bridgewatch. That way you can perform the most content with us as a guild. Which leads us to our next topic of interest, which is the type of content we'll be doing as a guild. So while everyone's getting their fresh characters together, we'll be doing easy things such as group fame farming, faction warfare, faction flagging, and maybe some arena to get used to fighting alongside each other. Once everyone has a little bit more IP on their character, and perhaps the newer players have a little bit more experience, we can then roam into the Black Zone together, the Roads of Avalon, maybe do a little bit of ganking, and things like that. Now, the one thing I'd love for you guys to be able to experience maybe later down the road in this guild is potentially a hideout, and I know that's a really tough thing to promise. Even in the West servers, we weren't able to make it happen, as maintaining or even placing a hideout requires a very dedicated group of players, but maybe perhaps later down the road we'll be able to make it happen with this group of players here on EU. Perhaps we'll potentially get an alliance that could help us out with that, but either way, it's up in the air. It's something that I would like to have later down the road, but we'll see what happens. So for the sake of keeping the guild organized, upon joining the Greataxe Club guild, you'll be invited to fill out this quick poll, which can be found in our Discord. This way we can keep the guild and the roles organized. That way when it comes to group content, we don't have 99 different people showing up with a great axe, or 88 different people showing up with a battle axe, or anything like that. So this way we can kind of know who's playing what weapon and what role they're interested in playing. Once you've completed the poll, you'll also be provided with resources necessary to find appropriate group builds for your role of interest. With that being said, I'm not going to force you guys to play meta builds, but for the sake of the success of the guild and the group content that we do, we would like you to bring at least appropriate group content gear. That way we're a little bit competitive when it comes to progressing, and everyone shows up with an appropriate set of gear. Now, when it comes to hosting group content, I'll be doing my best to host on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I'm streaming live on YouTube, and perhaps other days, but for the sake of the longevity of the guild and to ensure we remain active, it's highly recommended that anyone who wishes to host content do so as you please, whether if it's a small group of even just 2, 3, or 4 players, or all the way up to 10 plus players. Any group content is highly recommended, just so we ensure that we're remaining active as a guild, everyone has someone to play with. But that's about it guys. If you haven't already done so, be sure to create a new character on EU if you want to join us, and if you already have an existing character, you can simply find us in the guild finder as shown on screen. It is simply spelled the Greataxe Club. You can send in your application and I'll be accepting them as they come. Otherwise, be sure to join the Greataxe Club community Discord, which can be found in the video description below, and perhaps give this video a like, a comment, and maybe even a share so that SBI can put me back in the content creator program. That way I can provide you guys with 7-day codes of premium and stuff like that. But that about does it for me guys. I'll see you guys in the next stream, which is every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 PM UTC, which is Universal Time, and of course next Monday for our next weekly upload. But until then, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Welcome to Scripted Gaming.